Why did they make Vegeta so garbage? Like, there hasn't been a good Vegeta unit in years, pretty much. They Zenkai powerful opponent Vegeta, which is all cool beans and all that, but at the same time, he's not exactly gonna last long. And everyone knew we were overdue for a Vegeta, specifically a Final Flash Vegeta. One of the coolest moments Vegeta has, one of the few cool moments they have left to actually capture. And what do? They crumble this man. It's like they had an idea and they just spent like a month at most making this guy. His animations were frankly lackluster. His kit is clearly not thought about enough. And then what's even weirder is they couldn't give him the tap action for his final flash, which I guess like kind of makes sense because you want to keep it premium because Vegeta Blues are like the only one that has it to this day. Which I think you can make an exception for Vegeta, the Prince of All Saiyans, the 2024 unit, but nah. And what's so weird about the Vegeta is that it's not even just that he's bad, it's that he's garbage. He's the worst unit that's come out this year. I can say that for sure. Every other unit that's come out this year is usable, except for Vegeta. You just go down the list of things that came out this year. You have GT Goku, good on GT. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, good. Oh, Zenkai, good. Then you have characters such as 17, the superior red unit, good. Pan, usable on GT. Bola, usable on GT. And then you have Zenkai Cell, who's usable on Android. And then you have the Zenkai Trunks, good on hybrids. It's so crazy that Vegeta's the only one you can't use. And what's so weird is that his kid, like when they told you about the character, they clearly thought this guy's gonna do it all. And if you know anything about game design, you know that if anyone tells you that they can do it all, they're just gonna suck in every single field. There's the saying that a jack of all trades, master of none is usually better than a master of one. But video games don't like that, which makes sense why you wouldn't want that. But what happens is when you make those characters anyways, they just suck. So Vegeta he's got the ability to snipe. Well, at least he has the workings of a sniper character. They described him as a defense unit during the broadcast, and he also seems to be like a DPS in terms of just like doing long combos because they did give him some draw speed once you get his gauge pulled up. The issue is he can't do any of those things well. If you played a PvP match, if you've seen my PvP matches, honestly, this guy can't tank for anything. He just doesn't have enough actual tanking in his kit. And if you see him just do combos, it takes 10 counts roughly. Yeah, it takes 10 counts to get his gauge filled up, which you have no cover notification for, so it's impossible to get that because he doesn't get on his green. So it's pretty hard to even just get him to even get to his best point with his gauge. And once you do get to that gauge point, you're gonna notice a slight, well, I won't say slight, it's a pretty major increase in power. It won't help you at all though. You get more blue card damage, and you get more ultimate damage, and you get draw speed. But it doesn't matter because you can't get enough key to actually use it. This guy gets no key. I can't. He gets so little like key on entry that's legit funny for how he works. 30. He has 30 cost for his blast, which is ridiculous for this guy. And if that wasn't just worse enough, this man can barely do his one shotting purpose. He's strong once he gets his gauge filled up, but you'll never get to that point. Because I've tried using him. I never fight long enough for that to ever work. If that works, I already won anyways. Vegeta serves no purpose because he's on Vegeta Clan. Because I'm not gonna put him on a Saiyan team. There's already a Saiyan team, that being Goku, Bardock, UI, and then Pygon. or whoever else you have. Because I promise you, there's like 20 characters that are all better to use on that team than Vegeta. There's no reason I would ever choose Vegeta over like any other good character in the game. And what's so crazy to me is that there are units that are way older that are still better. Honestly, I think any unit besides the honestly even the Boo Bros, I'd say at least have a better use at this point. The Boo Bros can probably tank. Well, they can just tank better than Vegeta. So even them, I feel like they are more usable. They have more cover notifications, especially too. Like cover null is such an important thing now, and you can see that the best units in the game have either plenty of cover notifications or they just outright ignore it. With Gogeta's Gauge, that's why he hasn't died off. And you have characters like UI Goku, impossible to deal with because of his gauge. And then you have Janemba, who just straight up just won't allow you to use a strike card. And strikes are super important in the minute right now. And then you have Vegeta, who is so useless that it doesn't matter. Because for some reason, he's a strike getter, but his green card does not guarantee a strike card, which means you have a chance of using a blast. And I can't tell you how so important it is to only have strike cards with this guy. It costs like 19, I think, to use a strike card, and then it costs like 29 to use a blast card. And this deck gets barely any key, which means if you get even just 2 blast cards, your combo's over. Your combo's literally just over. You have draw speed to get like 1 card like the whole time. Just keep getting cards, and then it won't matter because you get a blast card and the combo's over. You get a blue card, the combo's over, and then that blue card won't even kill because it's Vegeta. It's like it's so weird to me, especially since I feel like they had to have some sort of clue about the end of Z story that was going on with Kakarot. Even if they didn't really know. I feel like it would have been a good way to like help Vegeta get some type of spotlight if they just made a good unit out of Vegeta. But they couldn't do that for some reason. Like they made 17 so strong, and they really buffed androids, but they were afraid to buff Vegeta Clan. Doesn't make any sense. GT needed help. They got great units. The Vegeta Clan needed help. They clearly set up Vegeta Clan to be a good team, but they still need help because Vegeta sucks. And then you have the new Trunks who buffs Beast Gohan for some reason instead of buffing Vegeta Clan, which is okay, I guess. Vegeta Clan's a horrible tag, but that's kind of how you start making the tag good by buffing it. But they can't do that anymore, so Vegeta just sucks. And what's so funny to me is that he will probably never be good. Because the Ultra is looking like it's going to be either Super Sentu Gohan or Cell. And there's like a small chance it's going to be a Saiyan. Just based off the new, the new equip for PvP being buffing Saiyan. But I just don't think it. I don't think it's going to be that. I think they legitimately they just had to release the Vegeta Clan unit because we've been begging for him. And they don't care about making him a good unit at all. Which really sucks if you're a Vegeta Clan user, which they don't exist because they can't play the game. But if you're a Vegeta fan, it must really suck because your guy can't get a break. But of course, I'm a Gogeta fan, so I don't suffer. No, Gogeta's always he's been eating this entire year. It's only been like a couple months, but he's already been eating. And Gogeta Blue Sync is hopefully this year. It has to be at this point, but that's besides the point. Vegeta needs a lot of work, like a lot of work. And I'm being serious about the video I made earlier. He needs a Zenkai already. Like, I won't say his stats are bad, but he just it's like he's lacking abilities. He's lacking like his numbers are too low. He needs more entry key. He needs more. He needs to lower his arts cost on his blast card because there's no reason why it should be that high. If his entire purpose, well, I won't say his entire purpose, but part of his gameplay is to use cards a whole lot. Because he supposedly fills up every slot. He has a little bit of support because when you switch out to him, he does give damage to your teammates. He supposedly defends, and then he has sniping capabilities, and he also has like just long combo potential. But of course, all of those he can't do good at all. So he's just a mid unit. Not even mid. He's just bad. Blue Beast Gohan's better, and you have like Gogeta Blue. Obviously, he's better. Let's I reverse that. Gogeta Blue's better, and then obviously Beast Gohan's better. Tag fours, honestly, I would use them over Vegeta because they have more cover notification, just based off their switching. Because every 4 cards you get you get 5 counts cover notification. That's something. And the Elliot Green's helping them a lot more. Frankly, this guy just sucks. Like they're just bad. I don't understand it. Like I really hope the Ultra somehow saves Vegeta Clan or something. They have to save the Soul Saga campaign because why is 16 a better unit than Vegeta? It's it's crazy. And they release this brand new mode, Stand Proud, which Vegeta can't even be used in because he doesn't have any good teams. Like I've tried using him in Stand Proud, he legit holds the team back. You make a Saiyan team, he will hold it back. You make a Vegeta Clan team, he will be just as bad as everyone else besides Trunks. The only good Vegeta Clan besides, I guess, Red, Zenkai, Trunks. But if you don't have him at Zenkai 7, obviously, if you don't have him at Fortune Stars, he's not going to be performing anyways. So he's practically useless for me, at least in my case. But then still, just Vegeta Clan just sucks, obviously. So they release a brand new mode for Vegeta just to be bad at it. So it's so interesting that they do that to him. Like, why would they just pooped upon him? Really? Like, I don't know who decided that this Vegeta. Like, surely at the meeting they were like, "Hey, this Vegeta guy, he kind of sucks. Yeah, he kind of sucks, doesn't he?" And they're like, let's just put him in the game. He'll be fine." Like, what? Come on, do better.